Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Film Freaks.
A show for film, fun, and all things entertainment.
I'm Jessica Lyon.
And I'm Taserface.
Taserface.
Yeah, you know the name that strikes fear in everybody that hears it.
More like comical relief. Laughter that everybody hears it.
I'm Taserface.
No. And if he decides to come back, we'll be discussing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 has just dropped, and I gotta say, I'm actually about it, to be honest with you. Believe it or not, it's it's not because I'm a DC fan by no means. I mean, I enjoy the film, but it wasn't like anything extraordinary, nothing that overexceeded my standards or or disappointed completely by any means. I enjoyed the film. It was pretty good overall. But I guess, I don't know, I felt like it lacked a little bit. But there are certain parts of it that I thought was better than the original. What do you think?
I enjoyed it. I agree it wasn't spectacular.
Right.
By any means necessary, but I mean, they showed enough to keep, to make the movie.
Right, it kept us entertained, definitely. Like, I kept watching it, I was tearing up that popcorn. I was just like, going all day. But anyways, let's jump right into it. What is the one thing that you really enjoyed about the movie?
Drax.
Drax, yes.
I mean, he made the movie.
I felt like he made the movie too. Like, his one-liners, he was a comical relief. In fact, that was one of the best things I really enjoyed about the movie, was that his comedy didn't feel forced like the rest of the gang. I felt like Quill's, jokes weren't, I don't know if it felt flat or I just didn't find it funny. But Drax, every time he said something, it was like, boom. I just busted out laughing.
Yeah, my favorite Drax line was when Mantis touches Quill. And she goes like, "Oh, you feel love for her," and Drax just busts out laughing. And then she touches Drax, and they just both start laughing at him.
Right,
it's great.
Now, for me personally, was my favorite scene for Drax was when he was like, "You're really ugly," and that's kind of a good thing. Yes. Because he had no intentions to be with her, even though she, for whatever reason, felt like, I don't know, but it was fantastic. It was great. Story-wise, actually, before we jump into the performance and all that, let's talk about the story. What did you think about the story?
I thought it was weird. Just the whole premise of a guy called himself a Celestial, but he's really a planet, and he's Peter's dad. I mean, it's just weird, a planet being someone's dad.
Actually, that was my biggest grief watching the movie, because Ego is actually a planet, which, I mean, they did indicate. In the comics, and of course, it doesn't have to be like exactly verbatim from the comics. They can take the liberties to make it new, fresh, and, keep who are huge fans of the series, guessing or whatever. But I felt like they did a little too much. Ego is actually a planet that can sometimes, or it just travels or whatever, and creates some kind of humanoid to give them the ability to travel. And my biggest issue with the film was the fact that he said that he was a Celestial. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're a planet.
Right.
You're a planet. You don't have the Celestial strength. And that kind of bothered me, because if you're a Celestial, your powers would have been generated from a planet, and if the planet was destroyed, spoiler alert, if the planet was destroyed, then you would die. So that was my biggest issue with the film, honestly. Like, you should have just kept it as a planet and kept from saying Celestial.
Right. Yeah, that was my biggest gripe too. But yeah, just the whole idea of, all right, he's a Celestial, but he's a planet, But Other than that, I think they did too much with Baby Groot.
Baby Groot.
He was like, I mean, yeah, he's cute, whatever, but I don't think he added much to the movie at all. Or to the story, really.
I agree. I mean, my biggest issue with Groot 2 was actually that it felt more of a product placement as opposed to a character like he was in the first film. I felt like it was too adorable, too cute. Let's try to make it cute and this and that, and let's sell toys to the kids and women and everybody to think it's cute. And that was my biggest issue. I didn't feel like he was part of the character, the team.
Yeah, and also, like, while they're... I don't know, it's weird. It's like they steal batteries from the Sovereign race. Like, that's, you know, from the opening. Like, they're there protecting the Sovereign race or whatever. Rocket steals batteries. They let them go. They chase after them. Disappear. I know the story wasn't... I wouldn't say it was that strong. Like, there is basically, hey, Peter, you found your father, or your father found you, and you're getting chased by a sovereign race, and you destroyed the planet.
Right. I mean,
there wasn't much to the story.
Right, it kept it very simple, but at the same time, I mean, the performances and then was fantastic. Like, I'm not knocking the film completely. Everybody did a fantastic role. Everybody was very believable. Drax, to me personally, stole the show again. Because he was funny and his one-liners were great, but then even Gamora, the character Gamora, and her emotional struggle with her sister Nebula, and just trying to find a medium there to somehow connect and create this sister bond that they lacked because of Thanos. I thought that was very strong. I definitely felt very emotional. No, I did not cry by any means, but the story was very strong. Very strong in that aspect.
Yeah. Besides, I mean, the things I mentioned, like, I think the emotional connections with, like, you know, you have Peter and Gamora basically struggling in their relationship, almost. Not really, but more so confessing it. Mm-hmm. You have, like you mentioned, Gamora and Nebula, you know, basically fighting demons from the past. And then you have, that's the guy's name.
I just call him Finn because of the fin over his head, but
Yondu. There we go. Yeah, and just like his relationship with Peter, you know, throughout the thing. I mean, I think the little fields trip was actually, you know, a strong point in the movie.
Absolutely, for sure. Absolutely. I mean,
apart from like all the humor and comedy, I think.
Right. And again, the film didn't really take I felt like it took itself a little more serious versus the first film, which is why I enjoyed the first film a little more, because I went in there with no expectation, wasn't sure, wasn't very knowledgeable in the Guardians universe. But then, you know, I enjoyed it. I definitely loved the 80s track music that they had in the first film. Volume 2 wasn't as bad. You know, it's not too bad. I enjoyed it as well. But again, it just felt like it lacked a little bit. But again, the performances outdid itself, so it was very entertaining. So, what do you give the score for story?
I will give it a 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Same here. I give it 3 out of 5 just because of what we just mentioned. Performances, I absolutely give it a number 4 because the field trips that they had during the movie felt genuine. The characters, you just wanted to relate. And it just felt, like I said, really real.
Yeah, no, I agree. I also give it a 4 out of 5. And just because it's like, not necessarily that you feel like emotional. It's more so you feel the emotion radiating off the, you know, performers as they're expressing themselves, you know, on the screen. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
All right, how about visuals? What are your thoughts on visuals?
I think visuals were good.
Yeah.
I mean, as Guardians, I mean, it's good visuals.
So
I mean,
your rating?
I want to give it a 4, but I don't know. It's between a 3 and a 4 for me. Visuals were good. I'll go with a 3.
Solid 3. All right. So for me personally, again, it didn't exceed over greatness or great. It was good. It performed. It delivered. There wasn't anything that felt fake. Visually, it was good. So a solid 3 for me as well. Just because, again, it wasn't bad and it wasn't, too much where I'm like, oh my God, this is fantastic. So a solid 3 as well. Again, we did check it out on 3D. And I'm not a huge fan of 3D, but I got to say that this time around, and probably because of the theater, we actually went to go check it out. It actually did pretty good.
Yeah.
Visually. I enjoyed the little 3D effects that they had going on. So it felt, it gave it a little more oomph, and that's why I'm going to just give it. Oh, you know what I didn't like about the movie? Let's talk about what I really didn't like about the movie.
Okay.
Was the intro. I did not like. Visually it looked kind of cool, but I could care less for Groot, and I felt like it was taken away. It was taken away from the action.
Right. I didn't care for Groot at all in it. I liked it more for the aesthetics, the idea behind just, I guess, how they did it.
Right.
I really didn't care about Groot dancing whatsoever.
Right, same here. So, outside of all those things, it's just like, again, these are just minor little things that we personally didn't like about the film. But it still didn't take away from the overall of the film. So check it out. Let them know what you guys thought about the film, whether you agree with us or not. If you liked it, disliked it. If we missed any important parts that you guys thought that was needed or not in discussion, let us know. Write in the comments below. See you guys next time.
Peace.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching our episode.
Yeah, if you liked our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
And if you didn't, you can double click on the thumbs down. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like.
Right on. And check us out on our other social media outlets at Instagram and Twitter. And please tweet us at FF Media News.
Or you can engage with us through our email at ffmedianews@gmail.com.
All right. Thanks, guys.